Hi there, we're here with our second Hatch 2012 video, and this time I am meeting with Camilla Singh and Jenn Goodwin of Mortified. We have happened upon one of their rehearsals, and we're going to ask them a few questions about their Hatch residency. First question I had for you was, how did the two of you meet? Camilla, you are a curator, former curator of Mocha, visual artist. Jenn, you are a dancer, choreographer, director, programmer. How did your worlds meet?
I think Lemmy introduced us. We were trying to remember.
Yeah, the details are a bit foggy, but I'm pretty sure that was it.
And how long ago was that?
Somewhere between 12 and 8 years ago.
And have you ever worked together before?
Not in this capacity. We crossed paths through Nuit Blanche. Camilla was a curator in 2007, and I was on the programming team.
I feel that we should also introduce the band's manager, who is over here, and he's dropped his bottle. He's a big drinker, apparently. Sam may or may not be part of the final show in the Hatch residency. We are anxious to learn more. Why Hatch for this particular project of Mortified? Why did you think that that was a good fit?
I guess for me it's brand new to work in a kind of in a theater setting, and it kind of goes well with everything we're doing is sort of brand new to us in some way or another. So it seemed like a great match.
I think Harbourfront's got a lot of integrity, so I think that we'd be in good hands coming in to do a project that was like first time, sort of full of potential chaos and anxiety, and knowing that there'd be some stability there.
Speaking of chaos and anxiety, how are you feeling right now with 2 weeks before you settle into the studio theater?
Totally excited to see also what it brings once we get in there, because we've been working in a nice dingy jam space for a bit, and then in a couple different studios, so it'll be nice to be in the theater itself, so in the space. And at the same time, there's still a lot of unknown. A lot is unknown.
I'm similarly very excited about it. I think that's the overriding feeling, and then it's interspersed with anxiety and, just like we may every time we have a rehearsal, I get really excited because we make progress essentially, and so some of the things that seem every day less known, those gaps get filled in every time we get together. So I don't know, I suppose altogether I'm very excited. So Mortified
entails many different things, one of them being cheerleading, right? Which is why Camilla and Jenn have their, what do you call these? Do you call them pom-poms? Pom-poms with them. And speaking of cheerleading, is there a particular cheer that you've come up with in your rehearsal so far that you're really fond of that maybe you could demonstrate for us or teach me? I have one last question, and that is, one of the things you spoke about actually in your application is that you're both female artists, 40, coming together to work on this project. Why did you mention that in your application, and how do you feel that that's played a part in your process so far?
I guess initially the idea of cheerleading usually cheerleaders are in their teens, and so we thought it was kind of unusual to start when we're almost 40. But since we've started working together, I think it's been really, we've been thinking and talking a little bit about how able you are to learn different things at any time, and kind of like for me, working with Jenn as a dancer and trying to, like, when we come up with ideas choreographically and then try to carry them out, we'll never be doing things in the same way, but I think there's also new discoveries to be found by starting at a later age.
The idea is that we're not always also staying in our own genre and what we know, and that also even like my idea of dance can expand to also cheerleading and drumming, really like trying to work with the drums choreographically rather than just sonically as well. And so I think all these elements that we're choosing in tap dancing, working with a dance form that I've always wanted to do but I was never able to do, and so I think all these come together to give us a push, I think, as adult learners.
The other thing.